Welcome once again to Law and Order Counseling Session. I'm back once again, Sir Joshua Masungwini. Today, in brief, we'll talk about premarital counseling, or we'll give brief advice on those who are preparing themselves to marry, or we'll give an advice for those who have got a quest to be in marriage. Now, the Bible says that it is not good for a man to be alone. And God said, I'll make him a helper who is suitable for him. Now, it is God's plan that a man and a woman are to marry each other, not for their parents or for their children, but for themselves. Now, marriage is a central aspect in family life. Therefore, what is premarital counseling? It is typically done with relatively healthy persons and designed to primarily as an experience to enhance and enrich growing relationship, and secondarily to treat pathological ones. Now, what is the main aim of premarital counseling, or what do we want to achieve as we engage in this session? We want to enhance the premarital relationship so that it might develop into a satisfactory and stable marriage relationship. Now, in this thing, we are talking about those who are ready to marry. There's something that is going on around, and in fact, there are two terms that are being used in a way that is not proper. These two terms are a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Now, in this session, we don't talk about a girlfriend or a boyfriend. These are the terms that are used by people who are playing, or people who have got playful minds, and is something that does not mean anything in as far as marriage is concerned. But here we are talking about mainly about a fiancé and a fiancé. So what is a fiancé? This one with an FIANCE is a man to whom a woman is engaged to. And that one, which is FIANCEE, is a woman to whom a man is engaged to. That means to say that for those who are ready to marry, we call them fiancé and fiancée, not a boyfriend and a girlfriend. Now, in this session, we are to identify weaknesses in both parties and deal with them before commitment. If there are weaknesses, they should be dealt with before you commit yourselves into a meaningful relationship, which is marriage. Now, and also one clarifies himself or herself, and also the clarification of the other. In other words, this means that they should, or you should know each other properly, and then you engage yourselves in marital arrangement. It is also a building adventure. And in this session as well, we'll talk much about communication. How do you communicate before you are pronounced a wife and a husband? In fact, before a wife pronounce a man to be a husband, or before a man pronounce a woman to be his wife, because this is how it works. Because someone should say, okay, I'm ready to be a wife, I'm ready to be a husband. Now, In this session as well, there are things that are very, very important that need to be considered. The educational backgrounds of both. It plays a very, very vital role that you should speak the same language in as far as education is concerned. Now, what happens as well is, if you are to marry, or if you are planning to marry, what are your main reasons as to why you want to marry? Do you want to marry to get away from parents? Or do you want to marry so that you have a financial security? Do you want to marry for emotional stability? Or do you want to marry to heal from emotional wounds or to prove a point? Therefore, if someone wants to marry based on this, that means to say, the marriage is not going to stand well, because if someone wants to prove a point, or if someone wants to have a financial security and also to heal from previous emotional wounds, these could not be the right reasons as to why someone should marry. Or some people believe that as they marry, they do it as a revenge. Maybe from whatever happened then. But no, not that way. Okay, now, so as you are preparing yourselves to marry, what should you display? There are certain things that should be displayed. You should display common goals and common values. You should also display a commitment to growth, or a commitment to grow together. And there should be a display of constructive communication skills and also readiness in conflict resolution. If you are not ready to solve conflicts, that means that you need to adjust that one, or you need to make sure that you are ready, because there will be conflict in your marriage, and we cannot run away from all these things. Now, the other thing is, there should be a display of appreciation and affection. There should be love and agreement on gender roles. Why agreement on gender roles? Being a wife, it means that you've got your own roles as a wife. And being a husband as well, it means you've got your own roles as a husband. Therefore, these gender roles should be agreed upon. And there should be cooperation and teamwork. And these are the things that most marriages are not standing well, or are not in good standing, because cooperation and teamwork is not being displayed, or is not being considered. Now, let's come to another issue that is very, 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 very important. Money management, or the finance. How are you going to handle your finances? How are you going to manage your finances? And decision makings. Now, these principles are mainly meant for marriage enhancement, and are also referred to as building blocks. Each building block represents an area of marriage necessary to make marriage work. So, the main agenda of this is to see your marriages working, is to see that there is happiness in marriage, in your marriages, as you prepare yourself for marriage. Now, you should understand these principles. Remember, I said, don't allow someone to address you as a boyfriend. Don't allow someone to address you as a girlfriend, especially in your preparation for marriage. Therefore, for those who find value in this thing, you are kindly asked to text or to call on this number 068 71 44 865. I thank you. God bless you.